guys, I'm literally just filming this right after my last video because I have no time because I have camp all week. Yeah, good way to start out a video. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is top 5 required reading books, so like books you read in school and such. So I already know this. Like, I was so excited for this because I love some of the books we read in school. And I'm in honors English, so we read like double the books the regular English class reads, and that's exactly where I'm in it. Like, I'm a terrible writer, but I love the class so much because I get to read like all these different books. So, the first one I'm going to talk about is a book I read last year, and it was like, actually, I think it was the second to last book we read, and that is Winesburg, Ohio. And this is just a kind of collection of short stories, but I mean, it's actually a novel because they all relate, and it's got one big theme. So, it takes place in this town, Winesburg, Ohio, and it follows like all these like weird little characters that live in the town, and they all have like these weird like grotesque qualities, and it was so good. Honestly, that was my favorite book I read last year, and I don't know why, but I just found that so like how creepy some of them were. I just loved that. So that was definitely my favorite book we read last year. Another one I really liked was To Kill a Mockingbird. I just love how lovable Jem and Scout were, and just it was so cute. Like, and it did teach a lot of really good topics and everything. I read that freshman year, and it was really good. That was definitely another one of my favorites. The characters were so cute and relatable, and loved it. Okay, so another book I really liked was Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and I just loved the idea of this book, how like books were illegal and everyone burned the books, but then the main character starts to like finds a book, and he starts to like books, and he becomes aware of this wrongdoing in the world because they're making books illegal. How nasty is that? I love books. If I was in this dystopian society, I'd be like, I'm gonna get all the books. Another book I read, and I just really love like, this is gonna sound really bad, but I love like all the Holocaust like books because I find it so interesting and how like terrible it was. But we read this one book, I believe in 8th grade, and it was called Night by, I don't know, I'll put the cover up. And I thought this story was so interesting, and it follows this one boy's like journey up autobiography. He and his father get sent to like the concentration camp, and he survived. I think it was Auschwitz, and he survived it. And I just found this really interesting. Like, I just find those like kinds of books so interesting. I like the historical fiction that take place around the Holocaust, and I thought it was really, like, the story was really inspiring and everything. The last book I'm going to talk about is The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson, I believe. Right here. I read this sophomore year, and I think the reason we read it is because we live by Chicago, so it's a lot of, like, the local history. I found the part about H.H. Holmes a lot more entertaining than the architecture part, and I believe the majority of the people in my school who read this did too. So I don't feel bad saying this, but like I really dreaded like every other chapter. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? But then at the same time I found the H.H. Holmes part like horrifying, so I was like really afraid to read it. So I just thought that was really cool about all the history around us, about how there's good and there's bad in the world, and that's actually one of my dad and my brother's favorite books, so who would have known? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Top 5 Wednesday video.